We're alive. You got your medium fries. Hi, hello, welcome. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
There we go.
I'm good.
I feel so far away from everybody when I can't see myself that closely, but I get a better full body shot in this. Full body shot.
And that's where the money is.
So hi, welcome everybody. How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Good. We all ready for some?
Oh, you got to get the music going.
Oh, music! Right. Let's get music. I can still fix the camera.
Music.
Talk amongst yourselves. You guys see that
Music.
sport game?
I love sports ball.
What's playing right now? We're in the playoffs, aren't we?
I love ball. I love
The
ball.
Griffins
sport.
are, the
The
Red
Griffins
Wings
are in the playoffs. You're right.
I played the
Our,
sporting.
Sorry, Kenny, I interrupted you.
No.
So, are the Stanley Cup playoffs over? I know they usually go
Nope.
into June.
No, I think they're just reaching the conference finals now.
Okay. Not that the Red Wings are in it. They've been garbage for fucking years, but...
They came close this year.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Good for them! Honestly, good for them. It's been too long. I miss hockey fever.
It was nice.
It's just with kids, it's hard to devote a lot of time to a sport if your team's not going to perform like... Especially we know they're capable of.
Yeah.
Gotta bring our electric fly swatters down here during the break. Or we just have one out here and it'll be a fun little extra crack. Anyway,
Extra crack.
extra crack! Welcome to Into the Runaverse, our weekly, mostly horror campaign, horror comedy campaign. Set in the world of Runa, my original fantasy world. It's our original fantasy world, guys. It's been, you guys have been helping me mold this for about a decade now, at least at this table, so.
I'll believe that once you put my name in the book. No, I'm kidding.
These are old prints anyway. I've got a whole, I have to fix them because I need to reprint these with new pages and shit anyway.
Yeah.
But,
Ron will not be here today.
yeah, Ron will not be here tonight. Jeremy is on the way. Shame on Jeremy. But, while we're here, I want to thank everybody who's been following us on numerous different platforms.
And we miss you, Liz.
And we miss you, Liz, but we know that you guys are having a lot of fun.
Oh, yes.
And when you do come back, I don't blame you if you're still tired all the time, because I get it. I get it. But until then, just enjoy from afar and know that Talani's got a signed Haku tooth permanently, magically molded back into her gums, thanks to her best buddy. But before we jump into that, I know I missed out on this last week, but I always like to plug something else that is not, I don't have Pavilion yet. That is not Wizards of the Coast. But I'm going to be self-serving, and first of all, please check out our 5e book, Into the Runaverse. You can get the PDF on our website. You can find the other books on Amazon. I am starting to get a new print of these, so if you want to wait till next week, I'll remind you. Let's say June, first weekend of June, the new Runa books will be up. Maybe I'll remember to flash some text across the screen.
Runabucks.
Probably not. Runabucks. Runabucks! But here's something else, actually. Here is a third-party thing I would like to plug. This is by Lynx. I don't know if you guys can see them, but we use these all the time. They are these little... Actually, here, I can do this right here. And on the inside, it's a little potion box. And you get cards with all of the little different potion types. And you get little potion icons. There are some around the table. And then you have all the D4s that you need to roll for the potions. It is fantastic. We love it. We use it. We stand it. Check it out. I found it on Amazon. You can probably find it on Drive-Thru RPG and similar websites as well, or they probably have their own website you could check out. But they have a lot of cool little acrylic things. So give them a little support. Anyway, I have no jokes for you.
I do have a joke,
Oh,
actually.
John, throw it out here.
Why do vendors never give amongst their change?
Why do vendors never give monks their change? This has to be something about how, like, change is eternal or something like that. Throw it at me. What is it?
Change comes from within.
Damn it. I knew it was something philosophical. Mike's getting ready to
I
smash
have my
it.
brain.
Yeah.
Someone
Which
clone
one?
me.
Which one? Or maybe all of them. Who knows?
Truly.
Just
But
clone Braddock, and we'll just have a simulacrum army of just these giant dwarves.
I have some minis we could probably print. Soon, hopefully, I'm working on us getting official licensed sellers of the guy whose monster minis I print all of our stuff for. So like all of those little monsters and the wolves that we have, the rat brutes, pretty much all the monsters I've thrown at you guys, but hopefully I'll be able to start selling those for us as well. I know. But I can't do anything yet until I get the actual thoughts on. Just gotta wait till tomorrow. But that'll be coming soon too. So in June, our store will look better and nicer, and there'll be things that you can do to support us. But always just to like, share, subscribe, follow, telling people about us, sharing things with us. I think you can make little highlights even, just watching our stuff. If you like something we do that, share it. We appreciate it. But let's just jump into this now that I've talked out of my ass for much ado.
About nothing.
Really. Aside from the book, that's something.
That is.
And these people, support them. Those are something. The rest was me just sort of getting my jitters out.
As he takes a massive swig of caffeinated energy drink.
Yes. As we descend down into the mist. No, we're not. We're not in the Lubra. There's no mist. We do not descend down into any mist. In fact, we descend down into a nice,
I don't trust this.
clear, kind of sparsely clouded. Like we said, we're in that mid-autumn heat wave that you guys are getting sort of after around Halloween time. As you guys wake up with that chill just kind of starting to burn off. Like we said, well rested. After a night of weird dreams, after your second night of sort of a shared astral experience with your group, meeting a golden figure who has named themselves Azrael, seeming to bring with them little fortunes of bounty or good portent should you continue down your path, with little hints for what seemed to be just little, oh, we were kind of thinking about that. Thank you, helpful, strange, golden stranger. I hate that I repeated 2 words in that fucking sentence. Anyway, I'll hate myself forever with that. You guys woke up feeling inspired, having a point of inspiration for the day after this dream, and got a name of a schoolmaster named Quixotecilli Phillipottes, who seemed to be the schoolmaster here in town, according to this figure in the dream. However, who named themselves Azrael. I don't know if I said that or reiterated it, but you also got a few other hints. The key is in the blood of the air. There were some other very important ones, but that one you guys clung on to. And you got the sense that there seemed to be something bubbling underneath the surface, like right underneath the surface. But when you wake up, as this is a big day, you and a big family is here, at least because they've all been summoned by the one non-present family member, Uncle Jose, sorry for French. But they are not present currently, but they asked everybody to meet here. They are on their way back from a mercantile expedition. It is loud, you guys. It's not like those twins don't like kick your door in and jump on you in bed, but you can hear like people are awake. You're in one of the top floors, so there's no one really like thump, 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 thumping above you. You do notice every now and then you do hear like a thump, 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 what sounds like someone running to like the window, and then like a thump, 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 thump back, and it kind of like traipses off back down the hallway up above you. Kind of as you guys are listening, interspersed, but you hear a ton of noise like downstairs. The kids, definitely the toddler that you saw, the two twins in like 9 or 10, I think I said they were. They might have been 8. Multiple adults, more than you saw yesterday. You smell food being cooked, fresh coffee being roasted, and you can already hear there's kind of people right outside of your hallway already working about in the house, yelling like, lift that there, move that, watch out, Peter. Just, general hullabaloo of people communicating with one another. The morning is yours.
Turn me at 6
Care in the world. Doesn't hear any of this.
Just gotta get that
I know.
moment of peace and quiet before we go off.
Yeah, honestly, if the morning is yours, I don't see why you wouldn't. Like, you guys are usually up at like 6:37. Even like when she sleeps in, it's still arguably 10.
Braddock would just go to the
When life is stressful, you don't tend to sleep in very long. Serbia just sleeps during the day when it's safer.
I literally can't wake up without my morning cap, so I just sleep in.
Cassidy is just going to go over the schematics for the shield and like make preparation like with what materials he's gonna have to get and all that good stuff.
You're probably going to have to get your hands on both just some raw adamantine and also raw what is called like dwarf metal, but it was also referred to as cold iron. It's not like it's similar to adamantine to where it isn't like someone cast a spell over it. It's just like an inherently magic material, and fairies do not.
Is it like an alloy between the two?
It's not necessarily an alloy. It's a naturally occurring iron. It just has like it's different than normal iron. It has like a different.
It's what's used when crafting like magical items.
Correct.
Okay.
Dwarves prefer it. That's why it's called dwarf metal. They iron it. They iron it. Good lord. They probably they mine it often in.
We've done it before.
I'm gonna iron the cold iron real quick.
But it looks
It's
like
called
you'll
a press.
probably have to get those materials. Getting to pick the brain of the guy of Rook who made it might help get a little bit better, like, oh, this exact this or that exact that, or where should I get this, where's the best place, they might have a little bit more hints, or even a prototype, who knows, but you're just trying to, like, you're getting a little
Yeah, because
red string.
While Cassidy initially wants to be able to at least create one for himself and test it out and see if it actually works, and then if he can successfully craft it, then he would definitely be interested in like making the same thing for like the rest of the party, if at all possible. But like the resources might be scarce, and like he could probably only make one or something like that. But he's definitely interested in anything to help the party out.
And I said, Mortimer! Oh, shit. I barely knew her! Oh, it's not Wednesday.
Wednesday's so
Ah, some more! Alright, hello there.
I see Morsq well.
Well, one was crushed under the bunk bed.
Alright, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, Jerry!
Hello, everybody, it's me. Hello, sorry, my sister's in town, so I was hanging out with her some. Our babies got to hang out.
Nice.
So that was
No
nice.
problem.
babbles.
Won't get too distracted, but I will say this. We took a picture with me holding her daughter and her holding my daughter. And it's weird because my baby's light-skinned because she's biracial. And my sister's baby just looks exactly like her baby's father. So her baby looks more like me and my baby looks more like her. It's
Perfect.
wild.
Yeah, you guys are gonna have fun with that.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, my daughter looks like they're the same skin tone. My sister's just super light-skinned. Anyways. What I missed?
Just like Mortimer. So everybody has... The morning is everyone's. Basically, you guys woke up with your inspiration. You heard a few kind of like footsteps of someone like running to like the hallway upstairs, going back and forth a little bit, and a ton of noise downstairs. Kids, family, you can smell coffee being brewed, you smell food being made. Sermia's opted to sleep in. I think Braddock's just kicking back and relaxing. Cassidy's just taking time to sit and... You guys have time to, of course, to go grab some food, go back to your room. You don't have to, like, formally, like, fucking hang out with
I think Mort's gonna hang out with Julian in the morning and like, you guys probably have lots of reading stuff here, right? Let's do some light reading this morning.
Oh yeah, that's another thing.
Do you say that?
Yeah.
Dude, he's already, like... Okay.
Yeah, Cassidy would also like be doing the reading as well, since he literally has a researcher.
Yeah, let's go to the
I
library.
don't know where
everybody.
my notebook is, but
okay.
I
would
cannot
like
tell
to
you how
spend
hard
my
I...
vacation at the library.
Yep. I cannot tell you
You
guys...
can work out there. I keep hearing people say that.
I can't tell you guys how hard I've memorized this town. Except for the name of the dwarf. It was in that.
Oh, forgetting the dwarfs now, are we?
No, because
Dwarfist.
I didn't formally name her until I wrote the book. I just knew that I knew her backstory. But so from where you guys are, it's the main floor. Where you guys saw was like the entrance, and then there was the hospital wing on the left, or like the infirmary where they can take care of people. Some rooms. Second floor was like a bunch of rooms where they would put patients. This was all people living, and you guys were put on the third floor where they cleared some stuff out.
That's how we entertain my dog.
But Julian is on the first floor, and he's on that first hallway. And so when you guys get down to the stairs and you go in, you can see that there is a door that is right across from a set of double doors. And the singular door, just like a normal, I mean, everything's fucking nice here, but it's open, and you can see inside is just like books, 2 desks of notes, like knickknacks that look like they're from fucking everywhere, all over, just swung open. You can see there's like 4 cups of various levels of drank coffee throughout this room, and across in the double door room is a Beauty and the Beast style library. Shutters drawn, lights coming in, and you can see right there in the middle of the room is this like Xavier Mansion style like long table, and like amongst the stack of books every once in a while you see kind of shaggy at this point, because it's been a month since they've really taken care of themselves, shaggy red hair and scruff pop up, like put the cup of coffee down. You guys can smell there's some sort of food in here, but it's just like piles. You can see there's just complete chunks of some of the bookshelves that are missing, assumedly on the various tables, but there's a lot of places to sit. There's some of those old-fashioned like slanted desks where you can put the big books and open them up like that to read, but
Mort's official comment when he sees this is, oh damn.
Like,
Cassidy just goes full Professor Zane. He's like, I could spend an eternity in here.
yes, yes.
But you shouldn't.
Most of my childhood, when I wasn't out looking for grottos, which Mother was not very fond of, but he sips.
Speaking of, are we gonna try and see if we can lock that down today, or see if we can find it today, or was that a later thing, or I don't know. I mean, we don't have to necessarily explore it today. But
I mean, shut the door. Listen,
I
my nephews are.
prestidigitation.
Thank
Shut
you.
the door.
Listen, and he's like, just check to make sure they're not in here. I know Claudine will crawl up my ass if those 2 twins are.
Have they committed child crimes?
No, but they're rambunctious and they like to get into places.
That
and
sounds like a crime. I pay.
they're right at that. They're kids. They're mischievous. They like to. They know that there's like the dark history.
Doesn't matter.
They just kind of.
Trespassing, it's illegal.
Oh, Mortimer.
pink.
How have you been friends with her for that long and you're still this? With even for him, that's not. I'm sure there's more of
I'm
a
not with
leeway.
the screw.
Oh, I didn't say crimes are
I'm
bad.
not.
Yeah, it's just
They're
those two.
He was
kids.
asleep.
I could probably,
They're
I
kids.
could ping myself easy, I'm sure.
Listen, hey, at some point, just
Yeah,
be
you're
connected
there.
I
to
bought drugs.
this family because many of us are still active in numerous
Brad, getting
circles.
coffee. More bread.
The Veld family history tends to come out sooner than later, so the boys have just learned about it, and so they're anything that has to do with it, they're trying to learn more, but Claudine doesn't want them anywhere near it. You saw how hoity-toity she is. This is the last thing she wants those kids getting their fingers on. Not that they're gonna try anything, it's just she doesn't even want them looking at it. I think at least they should learn a base level of stuff so they can at least defend themselves if people say anything mean, but that's just me. They shouldn't just be totally oblivious to it. Because, like I said, it's hard. It's only 2-3 generations ago. It's hard to get away from, especially since we still live in, their house. But yeah, what brings you guys here?
Just spending the morning, I guess. I wanted to also do some reading.
Yeah. Research, just trying to learn everything we possibly can for our future endeavors.
Obviously, there's a lot of Veld knowledge here, but I also just want to learn a little bit more about the general history of Runa. Yeah, that's all. More cast calm emotions. Get over it.
Forecast, get over it.
Oh yeah, help yourselves. Anything here? There's breakfast down the hall. It's just sort of in the general main entryway. They're bringing it out. Just help yourself. There's some plates and whatnot, and if you need anything, just holler, I guess. But yeah, anything here's yours.
Anything here is ours, okay? I will take your word.
Don't take Cassidy. I will shoot you in your sleep.
I'm just kidding.
You can see on one table, both of his guns are completely dismantled, and he's
Oh, hey,
it looks like he's etching stuff.
what are you working on with your guns over here?
Oh, well, I haven't really had the chance to really tune them up. I ran out of supplies back, like, when we left Amberwood, so they haven't had a tune-up in a while. And so I'm just going through, making sure that they're working good.
What would I have to roll to give him an exact, word-for-word detail on how he can actually improve them? Or if he's okay with me, for me to just start working on them?
You can share if you want. You don't have to roll if you don't want to. If you just want to be Mr. Know-It-All, if that's in Cassidy's.
That is definitely daytime. Cassidy's
roll
thing.
for it. Roll for. Don't I mean roll for it. I mean just go with it. Go just riff.
Well, okay. Well, yeah. Well, just by looking at it, I can already see some little things that could be done to actually improve them.
Improve them.
Yes.
How so? Persuasion.
Well.
First, put it back together.
Yeah, that was a 3 on the die, and Daytime Cassidy has a -1 on persuasion,
Wolf.
so 2.
He rolled an 18 on the dice, and he's like, "Go get some breakfast. Like we'll talk before I let you look at my guns. But we'll talk. I've seen you with that lightning launcher, Cassidy. I'll hear what you got to say, but don't touch them if I'm not looking. Those are my babies.
Look at me! No.
I'm gonna do it." And he dips back down into his books, and he says, and he starts to move them away. I have been working on some grotto stuff. Get some breakfast. Start doing your research, but we can talk about whatever we have to talk about as well. So, what is there anything specifically you would like to research?
Mort's trying to narrow down right now where the fog is coming from. So I guess he's going to see if he can read some stuff from before the fog was here, some stuff from when after the fog was here, and see if he's noticing any patterns or any distinct changes there, whether that be notable people or notable
Roll me an
events.
investigation. Cassidy, was there anything in particular you wanted to? stick
Cassidy
in those?
is definitely interested in like learning more about like actually like crafting weapons and items, because normally his whole spiel is that he's able to do like artificer infusion, so he can imbue magical effects on items that already exist. But he's definitely, especially since he's now part of a big adventuring group, if he could learn how to actually craft useful weapons and items out of raw materials, and hopefully like give the members of the party like upgrades on what they already have, if at all possible, he would like to do more research on
So
that.
we're shifting from Iron Man more to Forge, then.
Well, jack of all trades.
Okay.
Ismith.
No, that's what Sermon has.
I got a 16. I did use one of my gift of lucks because, it's a ritual. Mort's
also
always
had
got the gift of
inspiration.
luck.
Just
Do
because
I need to
Sylvia
roll?
has Jack of all trades doesn't mean that she's not min-max.
That
She
is 24.
Alright. Julian is there. I will give both of you advantage because Julian is there and he could be like, that book is there.
He already, Cassidy already has advantage
okay.
on
I already had
investigation.
advantage as well.
Oh, you did? Okay, good. Great.
You get banana.
You get my advantage.
Oh, but then I got a 4. Shoot! Dang it! Damn
So-
advantage. Mort slips on banana peel in the library.
And you can find some of this
We're gonna
information
have 16 and then
in
got
your Into the
4.
Runaverse books,
It was
but
like
not
a
all of it.
continental break.
It's a
Head
head
injury.
And Iron Man's technically also an inventor.
Right. Forge, I always think of as more of an upgrade guy, and Iron Man's more of a
Oh, okay.
personalized upgrade guy.
Mm.
Oh, he still does other guys' upgrades, but not as often.
Yeah.
Forge is more like, hey, I thought about this thing for you, because that's
Yeah.
just what my
Yeah,
main power does.
That's
I can't help it.
Yeah, that is Forge's entire shtick. Like, he can literally create anything he can think of.
Yep, it's a pretty awesome power.
Mm-hmm.
So, I will get to your guys in a second. You just wanted to hang out in the morning?
I think with everything in repair and whatnot, and knowing what this place is, Braddock would walk around, enjoying like a coffee and a Danish or something, and look at the stonework and woodwork in this building.
All right, Mr. Stonecraft.
Well, I also have shifted. It's funny. I actually apply to both wood and stone.
Right.
That thing because of my one.
Do you have to roll
background.
anything, or do you just get to kind of discern it
It's
if you
like
observe
advantage.
it? Yeah. Okay.
On the roll.
Okay. So it is just like a long. It's a banquet table, but instead of it surrounded by like individual chairs, there's just like plates at either side. People are coming up, going out into the garden. You can see there's just villagers coming up in, grabbing some food and going down. There's people from the infirmary. The kids are like sitting there eating. Those are all the children. You can see a young woman, high cheekbones, just like Julian, bright red hair, pulled back into like a ponytail, and she's got like a nurse's cap on, blood spattered apron. She's got her arms. Her sleeves rolled up. There's some blood spatter on her. Pulls the mask off her face as she walks up to you, grabs some stuff on the plate.
Hey, how's it going? You gotta. And I'll just grab a napkin and just hold it out. And I'm not gonna dab it off. But like, you gotta do something right there.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah.
That was Mr. McGillicuddy.
Okay.
Oh, that was a sis.
Ew.
I'll put away the grit.
I'm kidding. It wasn't a cyst. But,
The grit's
no, I
fine.
appreciate that. Yeah.
That was an assist. That was
You weren't here yesterday. Are you,
no.
one of my brother's friends?
Yeah. Name's Braddock. I'm I'm a captain in the guard back in the Louvre.
Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't know Julian was hanging out with cops.
Yeah. Yeah,
Wow.
he has been. I've been hanging around some other types.
That's cool. Anyway, I'm Eloise. Nice to meet you.
Braddock.
She almost shakes your hand with like just a bloodied glove, and she's like, "Oh, snap!" And then she.
So I'm guessing you're kind of the nurse doctor around here?
Yeah, I kind of bent the family's arm, and we didn't need this big house. We weren't using this half of these rooms, so we moved all of us over there and the upper floors, and then I got to use this to help the villagers.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, that works out.
You know, it helps kind of soften the great uncle's tribute to the family legacy.
Yeah, I guess I could work turning his house into a hospital to help
Yeah,
people.
it did a little
Versus,
bit.
committing the atrocities that he did.
Yeah. But you're a town guard from where, you said? From the
Macabre specifically.
Lubra.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I had to do a little bit of training there. Talked to a lot of the nurses who worked for the Muerta Church.
Oh, yeah. My buddy Mort's there. Also my
You don't say.
fiance.
Oh, hey, congratulations. Wait, Mort is your fiance?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
No.
Got it.
No.
Jesus.
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Well, hey,
my-
still congratulations. But yeah, you guys got to deal with some crazy stuff out there. I would love to come learn sometime, but Julian refuses to let me go on any of those grotto adventures. I tell him it's nothing different than what I'm dealing with out here in these woods. I don't know why he gets so upset. She was like,
I had my
I'm sorry.
bone sucked out through my leg.
"Are you serious? Tell me more. What was that like? What did that feel like?"
Oh, it was horrifying, excruciating pain.
No blood, just bones, God. Just like that.
As you say, your bone was snapped out of your leg.
It's called marrow.
You can hear, you see Eloise kind of look over to your side, and behind you are the two twins, like, and Claudine is just like horrified behind her, like, "Oh, boys! I swear, Eloise, you and your brother. Come, boys, do not listen to this respectable officer's horrid stories. Officer, Eloise," and she just ushers them out. "No, but Mom, we want to." Shh, 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 shh.
Right before she leaves, when she makes sure her back is turned, I'm gonna look at the boys and just give them a little wink. I just then turn to the, Eloise, and go, "That was a polite way to do that. I can tell she doesn't like me, but that was a polite way to handle that."
High society.
Well, if you do experience any problems while you're here, any injuries, you said you have a friend who's in the Church of Muerta, so I'm sure they are a capable healer themselves. But if you're down and out, feel free to stop on by, you guys. I'd love to meet the rest of your little band. I know Claudine was huffing and puffing about a whole bunch of you guys coming through the other day,
There's a group.
last night. But
Gotten smaller recently, but there's a group. Also, I think Ron's getting fitted. I think Ron's getting fitted for his leg today. So.
Oh,
He
yeah.
also got his bone sucked out.
I got it. Oh, that was actually, is that the Kitsune?
Yeah.
I'm working on him in the
Mort chose
infirmary
the
right
reed.
now.
Ah,
He's down
okay.
under. We talked
Yeah.
about a natural
Mort chose
regrowth
the reed instead of
solution
being
for their
fitted
leg.
the arm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it might take a
Ron's
few
gonna take a
days,
while.
but I
See,
think they'll be
shifts
back up and
and
running in
stuff.
maybe 3 or so.
Okay.
And mine has a legal tech in it, I think.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Sermia walks
I
in,
haven't
double
asked
fist,
for
100% will be
croissants,
illegal.
and
I have an idea
That was
for
fair.
it, and I'll tell you about it later.
She's
Please
a no
do.
twainer.
Well, Captain, what was your name?
Braddock.
Braddock. Right, Captain Braddock. Well, say hi. Feel free to stop by.
Yep.
And, for any of that deadhead stuff, we keep some antitoxin here
Oh,
in the
that's good
infirmary.
to know.
Hard to come by. The normal magic mumbo jumbo heebie jeebie stuff that gets rid of poison doesn't work on this stuff. So just
Ooh.
we've got a little bit of some vials here, some doses, so we're trying to make more each time, but now that Julian's here, we might be able to crank some more out.
Okay, that's good to know. Thank you for the heads up.
Yeah. good morning, and then the door opens and it's like, Eloise, they've started to hemorrhage! And she's like, Mr. McGillicuddy again, coming! And she like downs the coffee, just like shoves the donut in, takes another swig of coffee, snaps the glove on, and goes in the sliding doors.
Yeah, that was interesting. Okay, I'm gonna get myself a steak here. It's a nice table.
You just want to sleep in, Servia?
Servia came in while you were talking, double
Yeah.
soup croissants and left.
Yup.
What a word.
That's hilarious.
She's up.
That was Sermia. No twainer.
We have to give her 2
Oh.
hours to wake up in the morning.
So
Unless she gets her morning
if you do that, if you come by, Eloise yells out, do you go back to your room?
She goes around to.
Do you have your sword with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so as you walk out, before you're out of earshot, you're like known twainer. You can see this like realization as if maybe she's read some letters cross her face, and she's like, and she like looks over your shoulder and yells out to Sermia, "There's a patch of some hardwood trees off on the edge of the garden. You can use those, please. Those you may twain. Go right ahead and twain all of those. Please!" And you can hear Sermia like, please, just like kind of.
Why does she want me to cut those trees down so bad?
I think it's more that she doesn't want you
To cut down the other one.
to cut down the other ones. It's
Like if you're going to cut down trees, please let it be
exactly,
this particular
yeah.
bunch.
If you must twain
We
here.
needed to clear that forest
It's like,
anyway.
it's like when my dog is about to throw up. I'm like, do it on the hardwood, not on the
Yes,
hardwood.
exactly.
Please.
It's when Quixotecilli's sitting on like one of the bed, like one of the couches, and she's like, I'm like,
Over
yeah.
there.
It's a big
It's
house,
gonna happen.
right?
I know it's gonna happen, but do it somewhere
Sermia's
else.
gonna look for secret rooms.
Ooh.
It's kind of what Braddock was.
What's it?
Initially,
what?
Initially, that's what
You know,
Braddock
that's
was
actually
kind
what
of
Mort
doing.
was
So-
kind of be working
And
on as
every
well.
time she runs out of croissants, she's gonna go back for more croissants.
So I'll let the two of you roll an investigation aiding each other. So you can both roll an advantage for that. Because we'll say you're kind of Scooby-Dooing it while you two are kicking the books, and we'll hit the books after I hear their numbers. So kind of flip-flop,
And
and
then
then I'll break
I'm
after.
going to use inspiration because why not?
All together after Servia's inspiration, Braddock inspiration as well. And the bonus 32.
My bonus to investigation 30.
You two are like the most
Turns-
dangerous combination in this game.
I use the inspiration you gave us.
Because any problem you find, you can just punch.
You said Scooby-Doo, and you know it's gonna
Yeah. It's bump, bump.
You don't have an episode if they don't find it.
So, Mortimer,
Just kind of twist
Cassidy.
some walls real quick.
I'm getting this out of my Into the Runaverse.
This,
I go crazy.
this wall is hollow.
Braddock's just going down the hall. That one, hit that one.
I cast silence before completely breaking a wall.
Oh no, look, the
I
wood
need
was
you to
rotting.
know
See
all
what's
of my
behind you.
spells today are secret finding spells.
Oh, shit.
I have my secret finding spell kit ready to go.
So, Mortimer, while you're looking, you can see that there, or like you thought, quite a few books on spooky stuff here.
And books on tape, mainly self-help.
Yeah. Yes.
Huh.
You do, however, find,
How to acknowledge your parents.
while you're looking,
Let's see that first.
some books on pre-sundering, and before that whole empty spot was there, those two kind of ripped off pieces by that orange marker up top, and this strip down at the bottom were connected to a bigger landmass.
Yep, I remember that.
That was the original human lands and elf lands that the entirety of the elf continent got just... And that's mostly what's left of the old human continent down at the bottom, but warped after millennia of...
I mostly
Image.
remember that from the session 0. I paid attention
And
all those years ago.
that's kind of what was there. The ancient humans and elves were said to be similar to the technological level of the Cruxians back then. but all that technology has since pretty much been lost. And so when the Cruxians kind of
There's like a dope Atlantis adventure somewhere. That's a whole campaign of its own.
I didn't say anything.
It's a little mix. It's Atlantis and.
But
Under
you
the Sea.
do know,
It's the
at
musical
looking at
adventure.
that, there's historical record of a little bit of that, and it's more like people recounting it. Then the Sundering happened, and that was like the epicenter of the war. Was the elf and human lands, which is why that's where the magical explosion that kind of sundered this world for that happened. And right at that epicenter is what is known as Tomb Moyen, the middle grave. Supposedly, there's a landmass there that is said to house a great city, a great necropolis of undead.
Of course, there's a grave or something.
Where?
In the middle of the Lubra, in the center of the fog. It is unclear. You find numerous accounts of some claiming that from Tomb Moyen the fog emanates. Some say the fog is just sort of like a remnant of the catastrophe of the Lubra, just sort of like a mass haunting of the once continent.
It's just a really long exhale.
Honestly, that's a great way to explain it, though. That's a great way to explain
It's an
it.
exasperated teenager. Just
Maybe 55,000 centuries from now it'll stop.
But also, that being said, as you're doing your reading, Mortimer, you notice that accounts seem to record that the fog does seem to grow in intensity. Like there was when the Lubra first, or when the Sundering first happened, there was nothing. Then it was really intense when the fog first showed up. About within the first year of the Sundering happening, grew big, and then there was the event at Disgate, which was when Aaron Veld tried to pull his horse shit about 300 years ago, and then it like dropped again. And it's been slowly growing, but it seems like what was before like 2,500 years of a slow growth, you're now experiencing in 270 years, like the same uptick.
Yeah. It's basically like global warming.
Kinda.
Upsettingly, yeah. It's pretty dang close to that. Like, oh, that's just going way faster than it has been.
Isn't that weird?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think the mist has been getting bigger.
Okay.
There's no proof of that.
It's been so hot. It's been so hot.
That happens, though. We go through waves and cycles.
It's almost 90 degrees.
Brad's
Be right back,
brother
I'm
is
gonna go
secretly a
die.
flat runer.
Flat rude.
I'm just saying.
Flat
who's-
runer.
Yeah. Pancake Runa theory.
I mean, look at that though. Huh?
Yeah.
What do you call that?
Look at that! It's flat!
You see, there's an edge.
There's actually a
I have
website
an
that will
idea.
wrap
Let's
that
go
around
to
the
the edge
sphere
of
for
the
me.
earth.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah.
Let's take Braddock to the edge of the earth. He really wants to
now Braddock
Rituals
knows
that it's
Rune
flat.
is spherical.
Yeah. I guess more
But the
focus.
fog ain't
Right, the sailor of anybody understands.
No.
It goes
Brad-
over the horizon.
No,
You
no.
have to explain this to your brother who works in the ground.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Ricky, it goes over.
No. Braddock was also a flat ruder, but then when he got the headband of intellect, that's when he realized, oh my gosh, it's not flat.
That's you got to
Sailor
give that to
too
your
long.
brother now. Yeah, your dad. He grew up on the water.
Yeah.
He's seen the
Grandpa.
curve.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mort's main focus is going to be like finding accounts that are saying the fog is emanating from a certain point and seeing what consistencies you can find between those and seeing what inconsistencies you can find. He's trying to narrow down to see if there is a source of the fog, which is probably not just going to be in writing, but Mort's trying to like Sherlock Holmes see what he can piece together. Which you don't have, like, obviously, like, this is off of a 16. I'm probably not going to piece together the entire history
Give me
of the
another,
world.
because you got some crumbs. So now, give me another intel or investigation. Again, with everybody with advantage and whatnot.
But,
Alright.
well, that was even worse. What do I get from? Yeah, I'm not even know where they.
You also have the inspiration dice from Azrael. You also have Sermia's
How much is
inspiration.
that one?
Just so it's D6, and then Sermia's is a D8 right now.
How hard do I want to commit to this one roll, knowing that there's 2 hours of session left?
I turned a 13 into a 32, so.
And you got Bradic inspiration.
Yeah. And I can give you a flash of genius, since I'm in the same
I guess
room.
we could commit
Does
pretty
Moore
hard
have a
to
luck
this.
dice? Or just skip the luck?
No, I don't have a luck dice. I have gift of luck. So it was investigation. So I got 8 plus 6.
It's a D6 for Brandon.
8 plus 6. We'll take
14.
4. Thank you. You're so smart and good at
And then a flash of genius add 5
Yes,
to
very
that.
5,
Yeah.
19, and what's yours? A D8? Oh, yeah, I'll add that too. That's an 8.
27.
27! And I'm going to cast guidance on myself.
Did you add the Braddock inspiration?
No. 29. Okay, what's the Braddock inspiration?
D6.
D6. One. I'm getting above a 30. 4. 33. Yes, I'm smart like the other ones.
We're all having our moments.
Cast 6 buffs before the fight.
So first
I
you
have
have
no more
Okay,
resources
yeah,
for the rest.
so I
We're
guess
going back
we'll
to that.
definitely want to do more research on
You said like
Well, I
item
can
on,
give you
on,
inspiration
on
again,
item
because it
crafting, weapon
recharges on short
crafting.
rest.
He would also, while he
Short
knows that
crafting, yeah.
the chances are most likely the only way to get rid of his curse is to kill the hag that put the curse on him, he still has like an interest in trying to see like, is there another way to get rid of this hag's curse other than killing the hag that put the curse on it, or trying to get another hag to lift it, because that one hag that the group met said it would take a significant amount of time for.
Okay, and what did you roll in your investigation specifically? Like a 24?
I-
It was like a 23 or 24.
Last investigation, yes, it was a 24.
Okay. That's good enough for what you asked. So as you're looking,
Never trust a hack.
First of all-
Except Nance.
there are,
Turns out you just had
in
to
terms of
believe in
crafting
yourself.
magic items, there's always people who can do that. You find, especially looking at some of the Veld stuff that, like in the occult things, generally in the area he is, you find something about like the Heart Forge can
A
just
wish
kind of
spell.
make magic items. A
I
wish
would do
spell
it.
can make stuff. There are like certain skilled craftsmen who can obviously imbue magic into things. You do find some manuals that you think that if you could do some fixing on the ship to give yourself a little forge, you might be able to make what's called moon steel weapons.
I immediately start copying the schematics for that.
And that just adds like the silvered quality to weapons.
Mhm.
So it hits like undead.
I copy down the schematics in my notebook so that way I will know how to make that on the ship, so that I'll have my own little crafting area. on the
Also,
ship.
you learn that the best way to perhaps upgrade an item instead of just get something else with a better enchantment on it is to get something enchanted with which to forge it with. Most commonly a hammer and or anvil can be used as a pair to forge and further enhance magic items.
Okay.
So getting your hands on a particularly potent magical version of those might be your most effective and quickest route given your skill set.
Mm-hmm.
And cheapest. As a merchant, I'm sure you're like, ooh. But,
as a merchant, Cassidy has done well for himself, but at the same time, it's not like
you're not rolling in it. Yeah.
Like,
You're comfortable.
I'm comfortable, yeah.
Plus, most of it goes back to mom.
Yeah.
Oh, adorable. Mortimer.
A horse?
I'll tell Mortimer this.
of
We'll take a
course.
bio break, and then we'll come back to what you guys find out. We'll say even they catch back up with you guys as you discover what you discover.
Wall. Oh, hey!
Yeah, you cut into the room.
He's not smart enough
Mortimer.
to find the lever.
30.
Tomoyen,
Wrong.
you find an old, like, it's almost like pages that are shoved into a book.
The lid.
It's one of the ones that you were looking at about Tomoyen. It looks like it's almost, they fell out from the backing, like the glue dried out, and they just flutter out. And there seem to be notes, an account, in one of like the historical, so and so account date, and then it has like a little quote from them. But it's like typeface from a real book, but it's old, kind of just forgotten almost. It looks like, but it talks about Tomayen as if it's a real place. It's called the capital of new life. Is the subtitle underneath it, and it talks about how it's a big, sprawling metropolis filled with every type of undead, though their undead urges and lust for the life of the living seems to be quelled. He talks about a pair of monarchs, of a lich king and queen, who seem almost indistinguishable from living people, called Silvestrius and Lucia Lucifario. They are said to have claims. This is like, they say they met with them. It says they claim to have many agents, many... A clone isn't the word. A copy, an avatar that they can experience the outside world in while they remain here. And there seems to be some reference to a tall, forbidden tower that none of them enter.
There's a tower.
Deep within the heart of the city, and that it is watched over by some sort of somber guard.
Of course, there's a somber guard and a tower. I hate this. Can it be very easy for us?
Hey, have you guys seen Braddock and Sirmia lately?
I can check for him if you need.
And as you guys hear, you hear just like a crash upstairs.
You cast silence on.
Oh, that's right. You cast silence.
So
They
it's
still,
not
they still, even though it's silent.
Can we still feel the force?
That's what
of
I'm
the
saying. Like,
crashing?
you guys are sitting there reading, and all of your plates and glass like shake as some dust like settles down on the books you're reading as you guys look up.
What's Serbia smiting this time?
As
We just fall into the library.
For my morning constitution.
you know what, roll me a percentage, Sirmia. I eat so much cheese.
Oh, that's great. That's the ritual cast silence.
That's
every
right. I just
morning
noticed
after eating a poop.
That's caught.
And for when you
2.
shave.
All right. So as you guys like are looking up and you see the chink, and you see the dust settle down, you kind of look up and you see silently the floorboards like,
What the hell?
and then
Bear?
you guys like pull books off of a table, like you're looking at this shared kind of like occult books together, and you're all just looking at it, and then one little crack and each of you grab shit, and Sirmia and Braddock just fall ass, just sit like Braddock's got like a cup of tea and, or not tea, coffee, and Sirmia's got a croissant in her mouth, sword like still stuck in the floor up above her as they're just like sitting here. The dust is settling around you, but you guys found something.
There's a room in there.
I will, but I will
Oh, so the
cover that
floor is
after we
safe.
come back from grabbing a snack and going to the bathroom. Yay!
Yay!
And we're back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everybody. So before we went to break, everybody died. And we're starting a whole new campaign, all new characters.
Right.
It is
I have so many of those just unlock. I'm ready. It's
Teletubbies theme.
Oh, alright. Well,
No. I want you to bring one of them.
I can just retool one of my characters to be a Teletubby.
Oh no, they're the elder gods. You guys have to kill them.
Yeah.
I see. Well then.
Count me in. I'm so sorry.
My Jesus! Fuck!
Shit. Alright, before we started, when I was coming in, I'm like, I'm gonna tell those guys that I appreciate the hell out of them, and I'm glad that I'm friends with all y'all.
You
How
got
he
a funny way of
resents it
showing it.
Breaking my Jesus.
They're fine, I'm sure.
They're
Okay.
crushed physically and emotionally. But they're fine. I'm sure.
It still tastes like Jesus.
So, as you guys fell through the floor, you fell through the floor after
That
Serbia cleaved a little bit. Okay, so it started, you guys were up
You got a little too
looking
cocky.
around, poking around, and as you're looking, you're kind of poking around the house, the two of you. You know, you start to look one way, you start to look another way. You guys meet up in a certain corridor, and it's like, oh, are you doing that? And she's like, oh, are you? And you're like, let's just together. And you guys start to go, covering each other's back when someone else is kind of coming around the corner, distracting while other people are looking around.
Just eat my croissant in the hallway.
You find, so there's a few things with which you guys find that I guess I shouldn't say doesn't surprise you, but given specifically how this adventure started, doesn't surprise you because you find a few like hidden staircases to where but they're much more like what probably way back in the Veld heyday would have been servant staircases to quickly like when they have to like get up instead of going around everywhere. You know, hidden behind things, little traps. Nothing that seems. I guess a hidden staircase is cryptic regardless, but there's nothing that like I find a torture chamber. It's
goes
very
to
much
nowhere. It goes to like the kitchen.
exactly. They're all like interconnected to places. You go, okay, so this goes here, little zippity rounds. And then you guys get to your hallway and you're looking around, you're kind of knocking for things, and then you hear those footsteps over your head again, and they're. Wire.
There's somebody
ripping out the
working
wall.
out upstairs.
Don't jump on me.
Oh, no, they kept going again.
And then it
It's a
just
squirrel or
stops.
something.
You kind of it's that kind of look to each other like
No, that's like when we're down here.
this is them alone up right above you guys.
Okay, so this is before they've fallen through.
Correct.
Got
We're
it.
on the
And
third
so
floor.
you guys go to there's only one floor above you and it's a slightly smaller floor. So you find staircases. You go up and you can see to your right some more rooms. Again, they look like they're kind of like what your guys'
We're
were.
on the
They're
fourth floor now?
the very top fourth floor. Before there's like a little belfry. And then where you heard the footsteps totally blocked off. Door barricaded, dust, cobwebs, looks. You guys got a pretty high investigation. You notice as you're there that there seem to be some footsteps that have scuffed up the dust around this door. They look small, but as you guys are coming up these stairs, you can hear like footsteps like running up and down wooden hallways. But then as you reach the top, you can see that the hallway where you're hearing the footsteps from, it's totally like blocked off. Again, looks like it's virtually untouched. You do notice I said like some footsteps outside of it when you first get up top, but they look like they've gone up and down the stairs like you guys
I
have.
feel like Braddock looks at Serbia and then just goes, look at the door, barricaded, and then Braddock goes, oh, I got dust in my eye. Oh, I guess I'm going to be here for a minute getting this out.
So Sirmia, you wind up
Yeah, this definitely happens.
you go to smash, and right as you're slicing, like a hair down, white dress, gray pale skin, dark black eyes child, just like right in front of you, and there's like oh fuck, like, and it just comes up, and the two of you like
I hit a child.
bump into each other. Well, that's the thing is you can't like you're swinging down so hard you can't stop the swing, but you do redirect it, and it kind of like smashes down to the side of them. But you guys hear like a, and you look at each other as it opens up right underneath the library.
Oh, the
And
library
that's
was
when you
2
guys-
stories.
It's big. Through conversation, Julian's probably told you that he had to convince his great uncle to not convert it into bedrooms.
So you guys have fallen now?
Yes.
There's a black-eyed ghost up there.
You guys always break stuff.
What? I didn't
Yeah.
mean to do this.
That doesn't make it better.
You always mean to do. Oh my gosh.
What's up? What happened? What happened? Why are you through the roof?
There's a red-eyed demon child upstairs.
What? Oh,
What?
And a secret room.
Okay, let me.
I fly up.
I've dealt with these. Mort also.
Yeah.
And then flies up.
And Cassidy also
You have a button.
flies up.
Yeah.
My
Look
fly
down.
button.
Hey guys, come on! Oh, get big again. Reach up and just freak
Is
us
the door
out.
still
I light the
sealed?
mansion on fire.
Oh well, it happens. It's an old place.
One second, Julian.
He's like, oh God.
Yeah. Serbia
and-
did what Serbia does.
As you guys are like flying up, you hear like someone at the door like, Julian, and he comes up. Yeah,
Cast silence where
Claudine,
she is.
Claudine, don't worry. And then he's like, that's not helping. And you like, he opens the door and kind of like slips up. You can already see Claudine like from the opening, like.
I cast suggestion on Claudine, and the suggestion is I gotta take a huge shit.
She actually rolled really shitty, so.
Yeah. Wait.
Yes.
She has to roll
yeah.
a disadvantage.
Oh shit! So that could actually be worse. No, that actually would have been such a fantastic roll, but nope. I rolled a 2 on the first dice, so that's.
The suggestion was to take a shit, and you rolled a deuce.
Yep, that's pretty good. And as you
How
can see her,
poetic.
like, to Julian, she, like, walks away, and he kind of looks confused and closes the door. Just it's up to you guys. So there's approximately, we'll say, the size of this table. That's like the amount in front of the door. Before there's approximately a Braddock and Sirmia-sized hole in the floor, and then the rest of the normal hallway going on beyond you, like 2 bedrooms. But there's still the doorway boarded up. But well, and you guys see going up there now, remembering where you heard this sound. This hallway where you heard somebody running earlier looks like nobody's been here for a very long time.
Just give me a second. Mort hovers over the gap because I have
Yeah.
cool wings.
Okay, here, I'll fix
Wait.
this wall.
Yeah. Stop. I'm gonna channel Divinity Ghost Eyes and look through the door.
You see.
So, excuse me, child.
So you get
I've done with
up
enough of these.
and you look
I've saved one. That's
through,
I
and
did
you
my
see a long,
It's you.
like a long hallway. Again, just like yours,
Is there
numerous doors, 3 doors.
3 doors now?
All of them open, and you see a light, like, there's a window at the end of the hallway that looks like it's barely kind of boarded up. And, at the far end of the hallway, like right at the edge of your sight, you see something like a shadow just like across the window, kind of back and forth between. You can feel it like kind of creeping up
It's like
along
a figure, so like it looks like something that is
like a figure,
in
like
there.
a
Just
shadow
making me more
figure,
curious
kind of
more.
lingering in the shadows, and they're kind of like creeping along the edges of the hall, but like just kind of staying out of getting right up. And then you, as you're like kind of peering in, I mean like that, you see this figure like crawl up and then up like right at the wall at you, and it's just
More.
Bart, you okay? What's going on?
He's making me curious. I'm gonna break the wall.
Okay, just
No,
there's
just
something in there.
stop.
There's something in there.
Well, I
It's
rolled
okay,
really
we knew
low,
this
but
was
it's a
gonna
wall.
so
10.
okay, so you
What
managed
if
to
it was
like
What if it was like a chamber?
smash into like the wood that's boarded up. Your sword is kind of jammed, but with just like a basic strength check, you could at least rip one of the boards off of the door that's sort of securing it.
14 for a strength.
Yeah, you. There's only like one more board left before the door is just exposed.
We got it. Mort starts hitting it with his mace.
Yeah,
Okay,
it
go
doesn't.
ahead.
It doesn't take. It's old. Give me a strength check, Mort.
1 arm.
That's 16 on the dice.
Nice. So you see, yeah. Oddly, as much as he jokes about it, Mort's trusty mace comes out, and he just like,
No, this is a new mace.
oh, this is the new one. I love it. So he like finds the angle and just like a crowbar, just still one of the most useful
Yeah,
items.
I
in the
mean,
game.
Mort has a +1 strength, so you know that was a 17.
Yeah.
Mort's.
He pops
He's
the
stronger
wood
than the
piece off,
average
no
man.
problem.
Yeah.
And the door is before you. Now, Sirmia, you notice, because the wood plank kind of like falls and clatters back up. And Sirmia, you look, there seems to be some sort of like symbols carved on the wood that was hammered against the door.
What does it say?
Arcana or religion check. You three are up there. Brandon, I
Religion.
imagine you climbed up there.
Let's
You're an
see what it
athletic, dexterous fella.
12. 13.
You give 4.
says. That is going
Good.
to be.
Can I see the box, Kenny? Let it hear me.
That's going to be a 31 for Arcana.
These.
Mark on a 26.
All right. So the two of you know this stuff because
It says I gotta go to the bathroom.
Did we bring Julian up here?
No.
I mean he'll.
Does he have anything to say? Or did he leave?
You knocked a hole through my house!
Did he go to take a poop with Claudine?
No, he just shut the door, looking confused about why she walked away.
I wink at him.
Who's not up here with us? Is there anybody in the party that's not up here with us? I guess Ron. Ron and Kalani, I mean, obviously.
Rolani.
Rilani, who that's a cursed ship if I've ever heard of one.
They would never. Because of
Yeah,
Mama.
it's a crack ship. Don't worry. Like,
A cracked ship.
it's a crack ship.
It's a
for
sunk
sure.
ship.
Yeah. TJ, I know you're doing DM stuff, but have you been seeing that TikTok trend, which is a ship between Rick from Rick and Morty and Pearl from Steven Universe? It's pretty bad.
That sounds.
Oh my God.
God, my phone heard
there's-
that, and now it's going to be like, yes, we shall give that to the human.
Yeah. there is a there's not an unsubstantial amount of content for them. Some of it's really heartfelt. And I'm
Oh
like,
no, I was literally at Valvoline getting an oil change, and then they told me like, "Hey, your tires are looking like they're gonna need to get replaced."
I'm so cute. It's the
At some point, and then immediately
Oh
on
my.
Facebook, I just see ads for new tires. Like, what?
Mm-hmm.
And they're not even useful ads, because I'm just going to go to Discount Tire and tell them to do their tire thing.
Turns out I never named Aaron's mom because he always calls her mom. I don't know why I didn't think about that.
Her name
But
is
he would
Mom.
never refer to his mother by her first name.
Yeah.
Her name
well,
is
she's
Mom
just mother.
Veld.
Her name was Penelope.
I like Dahlia.
Mom Melody.
Mama.
Mama.
Meemaw.
Her name was Erin, but with an E-R-I-N. Yes!
No, it's not that. I just
Oh.
wrote the name in the wrong spot.
It's good comedic timing.
Yeah.
Sisters. That's her name. She's in the book. I don't need it. Julian kind of like climbs up there.
Wait. I was going to ask Julie to do me a favor.
Yeah.
You said there's a kitchen down there, right?
Yes.
Do you have, stick with me here.
We've been through some weird shit. Just throw it at me, whatever you're thinking.
I need mushrooms.
I go inside.
Just given the literal proximity to.
Mushroom, saffron, and something fatty. Before you come up here, quick.
Okay. Fine.
Run!
Oh God!
What's up, Ghosty?
He doesn't actually need to run. It's just fun.
He's back in about 2 minutes.
Cool.
So you have about 2 minutes. You wanted to try something, Servio?
It's going in the door.
Give me. It's jammed, but it's not like locked. You just gotta kind of like shoulder it a little bit. It's what it hasn't been moved in a few years. It's kind of swelled into
I
place.
kick the door down.
Strength check's not that high.
I mean, is it athletics or strength?
I'd say athletics.
17.
Okay. Again, it's not that hard, but you do like you like flat heel it, and it does like ka-kum, tung tung tung, and all of you feel this, just this blast of cold air against your faces.
What kind of warm today?
As Julian like enters the room. I have the mushrooms and the something fatty and whatever the third thing was. I can't remember.
Saffron.
And saffron.
It's very expensive.
I don't have a lot. You didn't need a lot, did you? I only grabbed like the cooks will kill me.
No, I figured. You guys are rich enough that I figured to have it. Thank you. Mort starts taking it and pulls out. I'm sure. Mort knows some basic alchemy stuff, so I'm gonna assume that I have a mortar and pestle. Okay, proceed. Mort's still floating, but sitting across applesauce.
I would argue you have a mortar and pestle because of your medicine.
Yeah. So Mort's starting to grind up some of the mushrooms.
Do you fly like a levitating, or don't you have wings?
Yeah, I have wings, so I'm
So you're
just.
And after feeling that loosh of wind, like Cassie's gonna get his lightning launcher ready in case anything pops out.
Julian, do you think this might be tied to in some way the entrance to the secret first grotto that might be here, maybe?
Yeah, that's why we gotta go ask her.
The
Dear
ghost?
demon child, where you at?
She was cute.
No, she wasn't.
She was very cute with the black eyes and she was
Yeah,
fashionable
cute.
with the old dress.
Yeah, I know how to deal with ghost children, and it's weirdly enough, it's pretty similar to how you deal with regular children. Because
I know how to deal with children.
Okay,
No.
I trust you.
No, you don't swing your sword at
It was
them.
a joke. I don't swing my sword at children. Are you psycho?
Which part was the joke? You knowing how to deal with children?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, swinging your sword seems to be the answer to nearly every problem.
All right.
That
I
is,
think
it's
Braddock and I are
clearly common
probably the
sense that
best
that's
at
not
dealing with
true.
kids, if I had to guess.
I'm very
He's OG
fastidious
from
in my
Mike.
swinging choices. Anything
The
in
kids-
it are
we- the
The kids
hostile.
do think I'm pretty cool.
I have rules. I have standards. It has to be inanimate or hostile.
Well, see, kids
child?
respect
no,
rules
for
and
me to swing a
standards.
sword at it.
Throughout all of this, you guys, Julian has finally kind of ran up,
Heh.
and
Oh,
now
you did
he's
check.
at the stairs, and he kind of like Indiana Jones crawls his way up to the side, and he's at the stair, like this size staircase at the doorway, which is approximately where this is. Perfect. Look at that. You guys have a nice visual.
You know you have a hole in your floor?
You know, that's crazy. It's if I were to measure it,
The
I'd say
wood
it's
was
about
rotted.
a dwarf and a noble size a hole in the floor.
Yeah, it's a
that-
pretty large
we fell
hole.
through the rotting. That's why that's not.
I'm sure there's insurance for that.
You might want to step around it a little bit more. than
Yeah,
just the hole
I saw
because
you
of the
guys
rotting.
open the.
Or it'll become a noble and a dwarf and a researcher-sized hole.
Yeah, hey. Do you think this might be tied to the secret entrance to the grotto that
I
might
mean,
be here?
we're jumping
Probably.
at some huge conclusions here.
That's why I'm asking.
It's an old house. It could just be a ghost.
Okay?
Okay, let's all just
And she
all
could know
come to
something.
agreement. At the very least, the house is haunted. Okay.
Listen, I didn't get all of my my mushrooms and my saffron and my fat together for no reason.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Do you make me a salad?
I thought he was making us breakfast.
it'll probably be a pretty bad salad. It's an ointment. I made an ointment. Whatever. I'm gonna hold on to this for now.
You're gonna moisturize later.
Maybe.
Okay, so are we going to exorcise this ghost or
What?
what? What are we going to do?
We don't have a treadmill.
Well, this place is definitely haunted. Without a doubt, this. He kind of looks.
Who are they called?
He kind of looks down the hallway. These are the bedrooms of my great. Hold on, shit. There's a lot here.
He pulls out the lineage.
Who are you
was
gonna
it
call?
again?
The apparition assaulters who are still with us.
These are the bedrooms of
They
my
are.
great grandparents,
They lived upstairs.
my great grandma,
Were they afraid
and
of
her
the
two
floor?
brothers, including Uncle Veld.
Oh, so you're saying that there's like some magic items in this bedroom?
Listen, from what I heard, they scoured this stuff. It was picked clean. We can talk about this not. I don't want to. He's like gesturing to the hall. I don't want to talk about it too much here.
What's wrong with her?
We don't know who her is. But she's upset. I snuck up there through a window when I was a kid. Shit got thrown at me. I saw some crazy, like, little girl lady. It was absolutely terrifying.
I saw her.
Yeah, me too.
Mm-hmm.
She didn't want me to break the wall.
I've dealt
So
with
I
cursed
broke
children
the floor
before.
instead.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Morsq can
but-
do something, and I can also cast some.
Yeah, me and Mort are pretty good at
That's
dealing
fine.
with
I
ghost
just.
trickery.
Oh boy. Is there any way we can protect from like the floor caving in on anybody? Is there any way for us to do that?
Oh,
Be
well, you
careful
need to
about
get up
not-
some reinforcement joists, and then you need to put in a couple more
Yeah, he's
support
a
beams.
woodsmith.
That's true. We'll talk about that after. Just be careful not to like.
I can't undo the damage I've done.
That's
know.
right now. This is
Maybe
fine,
we can
but
just send
wait,
people
who
who can
knows
fly
mending?
at least. No, I mean,
just
I know
don't attack the
mending.
floor. How about that? Don't blow anything
Cast
up.
mending on the floor.
Yeah, that, you sounded like.
That's fine. That works. It'll work.
Does
I don't
mending-
think you
does
you
mending
think
work
a
on
lot.
floors?
Yeah,
It's
it's a solid option. You just gotta do a foot at a time.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, let's just maybe prioritize people who can't fly and also not hitting the floor. Or who can fly, rather.
I'm not even worried about the flying, honestly. Just, she's usually good at not slicing the floor. It's usually a
Well, I just
torso
didn't
thing.
want to hurt the ghost lady. She's cute.
And yeah,
Well, if it was a ghost, the sword would have just gone right through her.
That's
so.
not true. I can smite a ghost.
Oh, actually, yeah, she might actually hurt a ghost. She cuts it on accident.
Oh.
That's
Problem
so
solved.
Think about it.
And again, the problem is solved through Twain.
We could talk to the ghost. See, I do other things than Twain.
Yeah.
So you guys are all currently standing outside the door. Does anyone enter the hall?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna go in.
Yeah.
I'll go in with Morsq.
While levitating with my boots.
I'll turn a light on.
Roll me charisma saves.
Yeah, here we go.
And imagine if I had connections from good and evil
Yeah.
stuff.
Maybe you should have kept your
That's cocked.
inspiration dice.
Maybe I didn't need to.
Luck dice.
Oh wait, your inspiration.
I
Make that a 15.
16.
22.
Bastard 20, and I will give. Since you got the lowest roll, I'll give you plus. Wait, what? You got the lowest roll?
Yeah,
Oh.
13.
Oh, then plus 5.
20.
God damn. So all of you, Sirmia just doesn't know what a butt pucker is, as she just like walks into the room,
So we have
Well,
some pucker
and
butts in her
the
life.
rest of you
She
walk
seemed like she
in.
needed a hug.
There's this immediate like a tingle right on the edge of your heart, like a slight pressure.
This is like that.
And you
memory
guys
I
are like,
had.
yeah, it's just like that, yeah,
I feel like I just drank an energy drink.
yeah.
Mhm.
And
And I
you
did.
guys kind of like.
I don't need to drink energy drinks.
You all
anymore.
notice your shoulders kind of like Braddock, you and Mort both, and then the two of you kind of realize that your buddies are here, and you kind of like steel yourselves. Just like Mort, you barely are like. It's maybe because as your church's teachings and whatnot, undead are not like.
Not big on them.
You're not big on them and trained to counteract, so there's like, you know when a malevolent spirit is present and you're definitely within its domain. You're within its haunt right now. You have stepped into a formal haunt, which is like a localized supernatural space where shit can get topsy-turvy just because a spirit has sort of saturated it for long enough. Each one has their own unique effects with different
They
things
just
here.
ignore the running back and forth in the morning.
I think they were the ones running.
Well, that's
No,
the thing.
the people of the house.
On the third floor, where you guys were sleeping, nobody's been sleeping in those rooms.
So they don't even hear it?
They've been cleared out. They were cleared out just for you guys to
I
stay.
wish I
Everybody
brought my
stays on
fitness
floor
bells,
2 and
not
1.
my
So
explorer
floor 3 is
bells.
totally empty. They cleared them out just for you. Nobody's been up here for quite some time. And that's what Aaron said. He's barely been up here. I'm sorry I didn't say anything.
Do you want a croissant? I hold out my croissant to the abyss.
Roll me a persuasion. Anyway, Braddock, you and Mort. What's your persuasion?
Hi.
Oh shit! Yeah, it's gonna be,
25.
I was gonna say it's close to 30. So, you two are looking at each other as you feel this this pressure start to get bigger. It's like you feel like yourself taking heavy breaths. Even you, Cassidy, for a second are like,
My
like
God.
the breath. All you guys like notice that there's a little bit of cold air breath around you. It hasn't been that cold lately until nighttime. And Braddock, you and Mortimer start to notice from the deepest shadows of the room these little like hands, almost like serpentine, almost like snakes with little fingers. Very much like, I guess, that I'm describing, it's kind of like Pride from Full Metal Alchemist, the kind of tendrils.
Yeah.
So yeah, like thin little garter snakes, but little reachety fingers at the end, and they like burst like a fucking like dandelion weed, like serpentine out towards you, and you guys see them like start to
That's pretty cool.
climb up, and then when you hear Sirmia go,
Mord and I are flying, so.
yeah,
I mean, we're
you guys
all
are still in the haunt though.
Oh, okay.
It's topsy-turvy.
You, that's what the books say. And you guys, Cassidy comes up, and Braddock, he puts his hand in his, it's like,
Hey.
Trick room.
your deputy's here.
Split.
And you like look at the little deputy badge, and it glimmers in your eye, and you kind of, you gotta stay strong for your deputy. And
Braddock inspiration to yourself.
you
Morsq
just pull
says,
yourself
yeah,
through.
you're right, I do.
His flash of genius lets you pass, and you guys avoid an overwhelming fear with other mind-affecting things that come after it. We'll see. But you start to feel like a hard buzzing in the back of both of your heads, and then as you two kind of like, whew, I got Morty here, I got my deputy, I got Sirmia, and you guys like kind of snap out of it and focus back in when you hear, do you want my croissant?
I didn't say my croissant.
Do you want a croissant? And you guys see you two see these little tendrils like kind of crawl back, and they're just sort of like almost anemones in just the deepest pockets of shadow in the room, where the morning light isn't like piercing through, where that black shadow, like the darkest shadow you can find. You can see them just like anemones sort of like flowing with the wind, looking at you guys. The croissant, we'll say for visual effect, there's a beam of light where your hand is out. The croissant kind of picks up and comes across, and then once the croissant enters a shadow, you see a little hand holding onto it, standing there. I need everyone to roll me one more charisma
I
save.
was gonna say before
Yeah.
that. I mean, I don't know if you could.
No,
yes,
go for
depending
it.
on you. Moore was gonna cast a spell on himself. I'm gonna cast Iron Mind, which is from Deep Magic.
That's funny.
One willing creature becomes immune to
15
psychic
again.
damage and mind-altering effects for the spell's duration.
What was it?
I'm immune to psychic damage and mind-altering effects for an hour as long as I hold concentration.
Oh!
I actually had that spell for you and for Talani when we were gonna encounter Rasul. So I've just had that ready to rock for a
That
minute.
is a very good spell.
It's a
Was it
really
level
good
3?
spell. It's
Sounds
a
like
third level
3.
spell.
I was gonna say it sounds like a third level spell.
Yeah.
Just from the power amount, you probably have to overcome it with this spell save. I
Yeah.
imagine.
Do I still need to roll a charisma save?
22, and I'm using Flash of Genius on Braddock again.
Good.
With my spell, do I still need to roll a charisma save?
No, you're good. Cool.
That's funny.
I'm brave. I'm brave now.
You are a Knight of Zavalva.
I sure am.
Survey, it's her second croissant.
And you can sense this entity has just a dominating aura of fear about it. You feel, even if you knew somebody who perhaps claims to be immune to fear, would
She's
even
giving off
feel
some
a
vibes.
gravitas about being within the vicinity of this. More knowing that you have protection, even stepping in, you're like, whew, the air literally changes. It's like you step into, you know how humid air feels on your skin? Just kind of like jello, like real, like mid-August, just like you're pushing through like just thick air. It feels like that, but the sensation is cold. So the temperature is cold, the sensation is still that thick air as you guys are within this.
try to eat some.
As she's looking at you, it's just sort of this general sense, but you feel the tendrils kind of like pull in, and now it's like she's in this jellyfish bubble almost. And on the outside of the bubble, you see these little tendrils kind of like pop up every once in a while, but they stay within her little aqueous gray emotion globe.
Is this what they meant by blood air?
A dream.
We all had the same dream, right? Just kind of.
Her hair is down, and she's got like one eye, like
hanging?
white. No, it's just
I thought
hair
there
is
were black
down.
eyes.
Black, but then you can see like a white, like light, like when you reflect in a like a cat eye or an alligator eye. That kind of like
Oh, like a reflection.
yeah, but just no pupil or anything around it, just in that void of the socket. That light, and it's looking right to Julie.
Oh, she knows you.
Me? I don't know.
I'm a ghost whisperer. One of my many skills.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably tied to the fact that you look very similar to some people that used to live here, maybe?
Yeah, she's probably the ghost of a family member.
And as you guys say that, you hear like a. And as you're looking around, you can see the shadows start to shift, the windows rattle, and the shutters make the shadows shift.
To us last night?
And you see her like kind of just spider crawl through the shadows until she cut. Like as you guys are standing there
Girl
looking,
has no chill.
as you guys are just standing there looking, she just like
She does
up in the middle of all of you.
Oh shit!
But her eye, as she's looking up, is she's just like dead-eyeing Julian. And you guys,
Well,
and you guys hear her say,
she's expecting something, Julian.
"It's like I don't."
Figure it out. You're smart.
She's
Should I
like,
cast the spell on Julie.
"Brother," and she puts her hand up, and he's like, and he looks and he goes,
Brother, son.
"This name right."
Brother, son.
Sister, wife, what? They were
Brother,
Shit,
grandson.
And he goes,
Brother,
"Grandma Eloise."
brother, nephew?
And she goes, she kind of like pulls back. And she looks to all of you. Tricks! Tricks!
I'll flash my badge. Ma'am, I'm a captain of the guard. I am not trying to...
And I gave you breakfast.
We're not trying to do any tricks. We're just here to help.
False airs!
I think the air in here is false.
You can have
No,
the
I
necrocore
believe
if
she's
you
saying
want.
that.
Oh my god, don't do that.
I need a group persuasion check. I don't know if I could have
Gift of
rolled
love.
one middle of the road for this party.
25
I was
again.
gonna say it's-
Nat 20.
Nat 20!
Wow.
Well, sorry to bring the party down with my persuasion. My 18.
She rolled one below you.
Of course she did.
As
Shout out to what's his face? Oh gosh, what was the warlock? Our friend.
Delistra.
Delistra. Yeah, trading with Delistra got me a +1 in persuasion a while back.
Hell yeah. And
Doing
she
scams.
looks to all of you, and you guys hear all the doors thunk, 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 shut, and it pulls your heads away, and she's gone from the middle of you. The shutters have completely shunk shut, except for one tiny one that lets a beam of light through on a door at the end of the hallway that opens up.
I think we're supposed to go through that door.
Yeah, pretty clear.
Yeah, that's-
Mort walks off.
No, let's go through that door.
I see this objectively. This probably is the door we should be going through.
Yeah, let's
Do you need me to hold your hand?
No, I'm just listen. This is
Do you need somebody to hold your hand more?
I'm good.
Listen,
Okay.
Mentally, I feel fortified. Right?
Listen, even if this is my great grandma Eloise, I thought she was a happy woman. So let's just keep her eyes.
Also, she looks really young.
any reason why she was pointing to you and said false heirs?
No, she's pointing to us because of the necrocore that's in our bodies.
Well, oh, well, maybe you guys, because, you know, no necrocore, so.
I don't
So
think
you're just
I
a
don't
standard
know if necrocore necessarily
Poison.
makes us heirs to anything, though.
That's just what I assume.
Who
Yeah.
was she
That's our
pointing
only
to
connection
when
to
she
knowledge.
said false heirs?
Julian raises
Did
his
you?
hand.
Oh, she was just pointing to Julian?
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So, yeah, so any idea why she was calling you false heir?
I mean, like you said, I've been mistaken for my uncle since I kind of started to look a little older, like an adult.
Puberty.
You sure about that?
What does that mean?
Look, pal. We're all on the same team here, so if there's anything that we need to know, you should probably tell us.
I don't know. I mean, I'm fairly certain that I'm related to Aaron Veld. I've got to be an heir in some sense. I've got to be connected in the bloodline. But look at the tapestries. Like, just look at them. It's
Are you a level 2 simulacrum?
I touch his arm to see how cold he is.
I sniff him.
He smells like a guy who's been reading books for too long and showering not recently enough.
Oh, God.
It's not that bad, but it's like he probably.
Y'all been poking and prodding him for a while now.
I throw up a little on his shoulder.
No, it's especially here. I get it. It's fine. I don't. We're in uncharted territory for me right now. If we can get clues to this first grotto thing,
I go in there.
as you go into the room, it's a kid's room.
Yeah.
I knew it. She was a kid.
If we're looking for clues for this first grotto, maybe this is the right time. Julian, I think this would probably be best for you, just given the fact that you've been looking for this since you're a kid, right? Kind of?
I mean, yeah.
Sort of? Can I touch your eyes?
Yes.
I pull out the ointment.
Oh, okay.
And I start rubbing it on his eyes.
Oh,
and
The fat saffron?
yeah, the fat saffron
Mushroom.
and mushrooms, and I am casting a 6th level spell, True Seeing, on Julian. The spell gives one willing creature you touch the ability to see things as they actually are. For the duration, the creature has true sight. Notice a secret door is hidden by magic and can see into the ethereal plane, all out to a range of 120 feet.
Wow. How long does that last?
For an hour.
Whoa! All right, cool.
You must have a plot, TJ.
That's why
As a DM, it's like, oh wow, look, all those plot threads. I can just like.
you can give them to us. Because it's Julian looking for them. And also just
Just
narratively,
crumbles
I don't
up the paper and like, well, throwing that plan out the door.
Oh my god.
know. But that is, to be fair, like my 6th level spell slot. I don't have any more of those, so.
Whoa! And he's looking around like, oh my god. Oh, whoa. There's
But yeah, tell us, what do you see?
there's a lot of like. Do you guys remember you explained that flesh dungeon?
Yeah. So kind of a
Like that, but kind of like
Ghost?
congealed shadow. Yeah, like a ghost.
Uh-huh.
And it's just sort of like around us.
Okay, so I think it would be safe to say that we are currently in a Veld Grotto right now, and much like the Flash thing that we were in, this is an all shadow kind of flesh.
This is a really short
I don't-
Or we're
I don't-
close to it.
And he kind of looks down where you guys came in. I don't see
Did
him
he
in the
turn his
hall.
grandma into a fucking
just-
guardian
I hope not. That'd be
for his grotto?
It's-
upsetting.
I don't. It might be connected, Cassidy, but
I don't think this is the grotto.
Well, me neither.
I think
But
this will
she
get
could be
us there.
guarding it.
And he looks over on the bed and he points over.
Yes, tell us, what do you see?
When You see with your.
And you guys see the bed like
Don't
Call them-
sink
don't
down a
call
little
them
bit.
ghost eyes. That's my thing now.
You guys see the bed sink down a little bit.
Oh, it's comfy.
It's fat eyes.
with your saffron fat eyes.
Fat saffron eyes.
Fat saffron eyes.
Cast fat saffron.
It's Grandma Eloise. She's here, I think.
Yeah, we got that sorted.
Mm-hmm.
Soul
No, but
kit.
she's here, and he points, and there's a little sink on the bed.
Oh, slay.
Well,
She's sleeping.
Like someone's sitting on the edge of the bed.
Oh.
can we see her, or is it just Julian who can?
As you're trying to discern this, the door shuts, and
Here we go.
as the door shuts, the last bit of light shuts out, and you guys are in low light, but she's now just there
Okay.
on the bed,
Hey.
sitting just kind of like this, like ear down over her face, just rocking a little bit.
Hello.
How was the croissant? I had 4 of them.
Are you shy? She's gonna yell at us, I think.
Just to be clear, we mean you no harm. We come in peace.
That's a trigger. That's triggering for them. They're gonna kill us now.
People are poking around.
I was poking around, I must admit.
Who's triggering
this
her
new
now?
host, Sermia, is
Well,
nice.
no, I'm just being honest.
Wow.
What, you want me to lie to her?
Let's let her finish.
Digging up things they shouldn't. Looking up dark secrets of the past. Going deep into the wood. And bringing back the forbidden plants that Daddy told us we're not allowed to play with.
And she looks up to Julian and says,
And then you bring him here. Why did you bring him here? It's been such a long time since he came back to visit after leaving me and brother with Quixotecilli.
I'm sorry.
Oh, God.
When we actually meet him, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have to like
Mark's
be really quiet.
gonna step up and wave a little bit.
Queso
Hi, can you
chili.
hear me?
and she like,
Okay.
and the hair falls from one eye to the other, and that eye is just dead eyeing you now with the circle, and she goes,
I don't want to get
I
looked
can hear
at.
you.
Good. It's nice to meet you. I don't think this guy is who you think he is. Some time has passed, and this is one of his descendants, but it's not who you think he is, even if they look alike. It's just because they share some of the same blood, but sins of the father and all that, I don't think this guy's done anything to hurt
The
you.
air blood.
You're not teasing me, are you?
I would
No.
never.
No,
I
Weird.
gave you a croissant.
I used to get teased a lot as a kid, and I know this guy did too, so...
well, yeah, all the time because of this, so that I remove my helmet and show my face to her.
She screams.
And as you do
She's
that,
afraid now.
the room like gets dark, and all you see are the white of her eyes as you
Oh.
hear this like multi-layered like over the little girl voice, just multiple voices layering over like.
This is like a 4D movie.
But she says, "Don't talk to me about being teased."
Okay, apologies, and I put the helmet back on.
You think it was easy after he left us, and then he did what he did?
Well, what exactly? Well, we don't know
I'll beat
what
him up.
we don't know what he did.
I'll
So
kill him.
Mort,
Roll me a persuasion. Sonia.
Mort is gonna give the help action.
Okay, give her.
Mort's gonna spin.
27.
Try to spin his little calm emotions thing, the twine.
Okay.
Um,
Look at the yo-yo. Look at the yo-yo.
We didn't bring up teasing to make fun of you. You brought it up. I just want you to know that we're not here to hurt you. And,
Yeah, and I'll kill them.
and this guy's not who you think he is, and Sermi's pretty good at beating people up.
I don't know about beating people up, but I definitely can accidentally kill them.
And you guys see
It's a form of beating people
the
up.
darkness. You hear like her take a deep inhale, and as she exhales, the darkness like goes back. The shutters open a little bit,
Oh man,
and
that
she
was
becomes
pretty cool, though.
mildly translucent. She's like, "Sorry." He made it hard for us after he came back, brother, and did the horrible things he did.
What, he experimented on you?
No, but nobody would treat us the same after he did all those horrible things just everywhere. We couldn't imagine that he was capable of that. But
Morta's gonna eventually just catch the little spinny thing in his hand. Are the horrible things something you want to talk about right now, or
he tried to destroy the world.
I see.
Yeah, and well,
He's still trying.
yeah, he's still trying, and we are trying to stop him.
He's alive somewhere, I think.
Well, he's trapped in the ethereal plane. But there's a whole cult trying to bring him back, and we're trying to stop that from happening.
Yeah.
So,
We don't want to scare you, but
It's the first time
He's-
anybody said it out loud.
put some of his blood into some really mean people who are trying to work with him, and I think he's trying to come back
and
through those people. We've been trying to take care of those people and stop them from hurting other people.
And we've lost one of our friends who was a victim to his experimentation. So,
I don't like this place. I want to go,
Okay,
but I'm stuck.
I'll kill you.
well, how
It won't
How-
work.
Oh.
can we get you unstuck?
I tried.
Let me...
Roamed around town,
What if
adventures like you have come through, but I just come back days,
So
weeks,
I can't. So
sometimes years
if
later.
even if I cut off the entire roof.
If you don't mind giving me a few minutes, I can
Oh yeah,
just
Mort's
do some digging
a
for you. Would you like that?
Sure.
Sit with me. And Mort sits crisscross applesauce on the ground and holds his
Flying.
hands out to see if she will be able to take them.
Kinda. You can like feel like a little breeze on your hands.
I'm getting real deep into my cleric shit today. I'm
Throw it
gonna
at me, home slice.
ritual cast Commune, which is the one that lets me talk to a god and get 3 yes or no questions.
Yes, let's do
In
this.
this case, I'm actually going to reach out to La Muerta
Oh.
instead of Zabalba.
Let's be silly billies. Let's see what happens.
Okay, I have to think about this carefully. If you guys have any suggestions out of character, please. I think first...
to yourselves.
If you guys have suggestions, fuck it. Throw it away. Maybe you should have been a cleric if you had suggestions.
Speak
Yeah,
to your
that's
own
right.
god.
What god?
Mort is going to ask first.
Ball. Oh, I want to know if she's hot.
La Muerta?
Yeah.
I don't think I'm allowed to answer
That's
that.
not relevant.
There are
Okay.
books you can look up. You can look her up. You can look her up.
Oh, okay.
Okay,
I
anyways.
want to go to the library all of a sudden.
You have
Well,
to
you're-
stop. The first question that Mort's going to ask is something preventing you from taking this soul home?
You feel the slightest bit of warmth in your palm when you ask that question.
So I'm interpreting that as a yes. Can that something that's preventing you be found in our near future?
What about vicinity?
And vicinity, yeah. Kind of just generally like, is whatever's preventing you from taking the soul near us? Let's call it within a mile.
You feel the warmth grow in your palm.
Okay, and
Is that thing, like, can it, I suppose something along the lines of, can it be destroyed Can it be physically destroyed, or is there like some sort of magical ritual that we?
It's a yes or no question.
Oh, it has to be a yes or no question.
Mhm.
Is it an artifact?
Is it an artifact?
My third question is, will we find it in the grotto?
As you ask that, the warmth gets so hot that little sparks fly out, and you both pull your hands away.
Okay.
So
What did you do?
Nothing. I asked Miss Limwarta a question. She's the goddess of gentle death, and she said she wants to take you home, but something is blocking her from doing that. So we're good adventurers, and we've dealt with stuff like this before. We just have to figure out whatever's stopping her, and once we get that cleared up, you will be able to go home, or at least leave. You won't be suffering here.
pass on.
Something is stopping me?
Something is stopping you.
If I had to guess, it's probably another one of those artifacts of Veld.
Yeah,
Probably.
those mean people we talked about, it might be one of them. We can't say for sure, but we might have to do a little bit more digging. But we will do that for you, if that's what you want. We don't think it's fair that you've been suffering in here. We're on your side.
I touched the wall.
Slide.
If you go, be careful, because sometimes in the cemetery, the tall man's walking around out there.
The tall man!
Slenderman.
Just, he's mean, especially to the kids.
Is he alive?
No.
Okay.
Maybe? I don't...
Only at night?
He has no face and
At
wears
night.
a suit.
I'm scared to get too close, but it's hard for me to make out some of their features, but they always have a wide-brimmed hat on, and they're stuck in shadows. They're very, very tall. But if what you mean is true...
Oh! Anxiety baby.
I hope that it works. I will promise to try and behave. And I'll try and get the other ghosts that are hanging out around the house to stop making such a racket at night too, but
I sleep like a baby.
yeah. What you mean is true. But if not, the eyes turn from like a white to a red. She's like, I don't like liars. It's so cool.
Well, just don't talk to the redhead over there. But I don't think she would lie to you.
I try to make my eyes red.
There are definitely spells that can do that aren't that hard to cast.
Just don't blink.
My eyes are very yellow.
I think just like regular prestidigitation can do that.
I gotta learn that.
Is there anything else you guys want to discuss with her?
Do you know where the grotto is?
I don't know.
She's been around.
Is there places you don't go out of fear?
There's the big house in the graveyard where
Where Tall Man lives?
me and my brothers and mom and dad and other family are put behind the rocks. I don't like to go there. That's when brother came back, he went there, and a lot of the problems started after he came back from the deep jungle with whatever he found there.
Yeah, that was a problem.
And then the bad things happened. But there's a place underneath the stone house in the graveyard that
that Aaron went.
This thing?
What is it?
It says Mosharundi.
It does.
Well,
We
yeah,
have
my
these papers,
familiar
right?
cat here.
What he had was a little. It looked like a big monocle, like this, like a glass. He would hold it up to his eye. He used it to do something in the stone house, but
through them.
So, I guess in Loris, are you holding onto the journals right now, or who?
yeah.
Okay. I just know Kenny holds onto
She
the journals,
uses
but I
it
don't
as
know if
Light
that's
reading material.
looking through there to see if
You
there's
know,
any
the Zero
pictures
Veld
of
guy has
Loris.
some pretty
Yeah.
good ideas.
I like to read about Veld and smut.
Okay.
I don't think I want you
have a
reading-
clue that down at the bottom there.
I don't think
Looks
I
like
want
a
you
lens.
reading
Veld
about the
and
Morsq.
Yeah, I hold this up to her.
And she like points to the artifact that talks about him.
That's what he had. This sphere is what he came out of wherever he went with.
Oh, we sold that one.
Wait, so he came home with this,
Mm-hmm.
and then
When he came back out from wherever he went in the stone house.
he went
came
into
out-
the house and he came out with this?
Mm-hmm.
Curious.
I don't know exactly how we got back there, but brother was good at magic.
Does that mean Teleritan doesn't have it?
That name sounds familiar.
It says
That might have been one of the people
It
that he
says
came
in-
back with in town.
it says in the notes that Teleritan used it with some skill.
There was a gentleman, tall. He was kind of handsome, but he came with brother, and they came out with that. They had a woman with them as well, a golden woman.
Oh, they have the hots for each other.
Yes, they did seem together, but... And Shayla. I don't... And you can see the room starts to get dark.
Who's Sheila?
His wife.
Oh. Yeah, whatever.
But I don't need to talk about that right now. I've never talked to people for this long before.
Even IRL?
No, but, well, before I died, that wasn't a problem, but...
She knows what IRL means.
She kept up on the slang. Just because you're dead doesn't
Yeah,
mean
she
you
can
can't
hear
stay hip.
Sometimes at night you hear somebody saying "skibbity toilet" and it's her.
Yeah, that's what you wake up to. Skibbity toilet in your ear.
And then giggling. Ghosts like memes
I'm-
too.
I'm a little uncomfortable right now.
Oh,
Because we're
okay,
talking
we can
about
leave.
toilets.
Yeah,
we can
we're
change
gonna
We're
get
gonna go to the
We're gonna get out of
cemetery.
here. Mort's gonna take the little twine calm emotion thing. I don't know the official name of it. You seem like you can affect things in this room, right?
This hall, some of the house, but mostly this little corridor here.
I'm gonna come back and get this later because I might need it. But if you get too scared, just spin this around, and I'm gonna leave that with her in the short term. So I'm just gonna get rid of my little ability.
Lock the door. Board it back up when you leave. Those boys keep sniffing around the door, and I don't like it.
Yeah. Does
I
anybody
can scare him.
does anybody know arcane lock? Or how
I
long
can
does that
scare him
last?
really good.
I know hammer nail.
Just as good. That one can't be counterspelled.
It can be undone.
Shh. She doesn't need to know that.
So we'll just say you take 10 minutes to board it back up, Braddock. But it's back, it's boarded. And as you guys are kind of walking down the stairs and going down the hall, you notice that the two twins are kind of like running up the stairs. Not those stairs right there, but as you're kind of going down to the first floor, they're coming up, and they see you guys all coming from the general direction, and they're like,
I look at
The
them.
bone-sucking monster's in the kitchen.
what?
Yeah, go check it out.
Persuade, deception check.
15.
All right. One of them's like, and the other one's like, no, come on. What if he's not lying? Let's check it out before Mom sees it. And they're like, okay. And they like walk away, and they're like, before they go around the corner.
More cast power word kill and one was skeptical.
They just Avada Kedavra.
More flies away.
End of campaign. Mort's actually the BBEG. We talked about this.
Yeah.
Julian is
whatever
like,
so well.
well, that was terrifying. While I have this, what else? What do we want to do? I don't know. What do we want to
Let's
do?
go to the house.
We need to look at the house and
Yeah,
the graveyard fast.
It's the daytime. I don't want to go there during the nighttime, to be honest.
So-
Let's go.
How much does Julian weigh? Be specific. No.
55.
How much can I lift with a 12 string?
Sir,
Not
just
that
knocks
much.
him up.
Okay. More
Sir,
tries
you
to
can-
lift them. Let's
You
go.
can lift that much, just not for a very long time.
Come on. My God.
So he's like, I can walk. I can walk. Good
I can
lord.
fly this there.
And he
And I
he's
can
like,
skip.
I need you to help me put these guns together later, but right now
Okay.
he's got like a sling of just like some silver throwing daggers. He's got some pouches, and he's like, it's this town, we don't have to worry, but let's go. And so you guys get out to we'll end on this little scene. You guys get out to the cemetery. It's so looking out at it, it's like a winding road that kind of like goes over some hills. Not huge hills, but like a little hill, and then over another little hill, and it's kind of climbing up. At the top, you see a mausoleum made out of marble and stone.
That's cool.
There's numerous headstones and whatnot around. There's some fresh graves from now, but this looks like an old place. Again, everything in Morsq seems well maintained, but very, very old. Gentleman comes forward. He's got a shovel, puts it down. Goblin gentleman. And he goes, how can I help you gentlemen today? Not many that come sniffing around the... Oh! Mr. Julian. Yeah. Common face here in the... Excuse me, that's a horrible voice.
Excuse me, I got the rickets.
I got the rickets. Common face here in the graveyard. Go about, just don't go breaking any headstones, Mr. Julian. And he's like, yes. Thank you,
Accidentally
Gorbel.
Break one or two.
And he's like, yeah, and he goes over and he just starts digging another grave. But Julian's like, the stone house?
We still got like 45 minutes on the eyeballs.
He goes up the... I need a general... actually, you guys were pretty high passive all around, so never mind. You do notice...
Julian's got the eyeballs.
There's
so we just go like
there's
this.
quite a few, not like quite a few, like, wow, half the cemetery, but you're like, wow, not a lot of people seem that sick. But you notice there's at least
a mass grave.
Not a mass, no. But there is a considerable number of graves that seem to have slightly disturbed soil.
That's disturbing.
Not like, you know, out of 150 of them, but if we're looking at a few hundred graves, you maybe see like 25 on your whole walk up, but like some over here, some there. They're not like all
Still
clustered.
an alarming number.
Still an alarming number, not
I
like one or two.
nonchalantly pointed out to the gravekeeper.
Moles, what can you say?
God.
Sure, it's not a bowl. You need a tape.
I'll check it out. I'm going to dig this grave. All right, we did have a recently
Bigger
passed.
than you.
I will check it out. Look, we got moles all the time. Hey,
Okay, don't die out there.
it's the middle of the day, no worries. And Julian's like,
That's a mole. That
Nobody
thing's
ever
gonna eat.
dies in the middle of the
Mr.
day.
Gorbel's fine.
Really
Mr. Gorbel's
big
fine.
mole.
He knows how to protect himself, but also he can lock up in his little cabin if anything gets too bad. You know, sometimes deadheads will creep up. The woods are right over there, but he's also caged in and they can't get past him. And he's quite guarded in that house. There's enchantments on and everything to keep him safe. So he might be a little less concerned than is probably appropriate. You're right, but I trust him even if it's misplaced confidence for the most part.
up every Tuesday.
Yeah, every Tuesday. Undead Thursdays.
All right. Well, we'll let that guy deal.
So
with
you guys
part
get
of this,
into the
I suppose.
mausoleum, and it's not huge. It's maybe 30 by 20 feet. But, graves along the side, and Julian's looking around like, whoa, there is, like, spells on everything, just, like, glyphs,
Secret entrances.
and he's looking, and then he looks, like, towards the end, and he goes, there's something over here.
How could you have missed it in all of your childhood years.
Well, he walks over and he says, there is an enormous, and he just kind of gestures, you see him gesture, it has to be almost half the wall, multi-layered arcane lock on this.